Hey, it's Guillermo Mata here, and welcome to the Cryptobills members area. Down below, you'll find access to both versions. Remember, version 1 will allow you to sell it to local businesses without having to charge per transaction. That's this version here that you're looking at. And then version 2, when the businesses gets this application, you'll be able to charge per transaction. Okay, so for every transaction that is made, you will be able to charge for it. Now, I'm going to try to get this all out in this video, try to guide you through this process. Super duper easy, okay? Now, feel free to pause this video at any time. You could replay these videos back anytime you want. You have access to this. We always ask that you bookmark these pages so you don't forget. And also, if you don't know anything, you could always ask in the mastermind as well. Okay, so now let's get started. Now, I want you to keep in mind that we are connected to Coinbase. So that when you log in, make sure that, or when you advise the business to log in, make sure that you have all your credentials in there. And I'm going to show you in the next video with Coinbase. You want to make sure that you're verified and all that, because when you try to connect up here, it's not going to connect you because you're not verified with your account and things of that nature. Okay, now you're going to sell this as a service. Okay, so everything that I tell you, take note of it, because you're going to be out there, selling this to local businesses and potentially your own clients. So you definitely want to keep note of all of these little details that I'm about to show you. Okay, so let's just take you through the app and show you how this works. So this is just our basic interface here. So on the left hand side, you have your new customer or existing customer option. The software stores data right on the computer, so it doesn't matter if they're running this on a Mac or PC. um, it stores all of the data that you submit into the application onto the software. So like I mentioned before, if you close it, you open it back up, it'll still be there for you to access. Okay, so that's why we call it digital hardware, because it's doing everything that a traditional, those traditional credit card processors would do, but it's doing it in digital fashion. Okay, so now let's continue forward. So let's say, like I mentioned in the demo presentation, I am a chiropractor. Some of the things that I want to put in here is obviously the patient's name. So I'll go ahead and I'll put my name for this example, and then I'll put in this example here, example street. Okay, you want to make sure, and you want to tell your client as well that all the details that you put in here, you could export them later. Okay, so it's important that um, all the information in here, really, you know, matches their customers' details. Okay, because it would make no sense if they just, you know, didn't take full advantage of this. Okay, so they want to go ahead and put that number in there as well. So I'll just put in a random number here. Okay, and then this email portion here. Okay, this email portion is very important, and I'll tell you why right now. Now, the reason why this is so important is because, like, this happens a lot where customers come in and, they sometimes don't have the app installed, the Coinbase app or whichever app they use to pay for the for the service. um, so we could go ahead and send them an invoice via email. Okay, so all I would have to do is click send email, but I have to make sure that this email is correct, or if not, they'll never get it. Send email and it'll connect there. Okay, for the invoice number, I would just put in, one. If this is the first customer that we just processed, obviously I would put number one there, and then the service here for the item on this area here. So I would put chiropractic services, right? Let's leave the space there. And then the fee here, it'll be in US dollars, so I would just put 99, and then for the quantity, I'll just put 1 and then click continue. It's just that simple. Now, as I mentioned before, I could just click send email, and it'll go ahead and it'll send that email off to this client that's right in front of me and is looking to pay. Now, if they have the the QR scanner or they have the Coinbase app, they could just go ahead and we could click scan QR. We'll get this huge screen here, and then they would just scan this QR here, and then they could pay. Okay. Now the minute that they pay, it'll show up right up here within these numbers. It'll reflect, and we're pretty much done. Okay. All we have to do now is just click paid, and notice that all the data disappears, right? Didn't quite disappear because if I click existed, okay, I'll just type in Guillermo. Notice that I got a bunch of tests here, right? And it'll just pop right back up. So if that patient comes back, we could easily just, all we have to do is just charge them for the service and not go through this lengthy process. Okay. Now let's go into change wallet. Okay. We're currently integrate with Coinbase, so we could choose to get paid with Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ethereum, or any of those cryptocurrencies that you see on the dashboard. Okay. We also have a manual option where they could also get paid with, there's hundreds of cryptocurrencies out there, so that potential chiropractor may want to get paid in a specific cryptocurrency. So we could just enter the name here, crypto. All right, we'll just type in name crypto, and then we could enter the wallet here, and it'll reflect that QR. Okay. Now for email sending, this works very simple. Okay, I'm gonna make another video for that. I'm most likely gonna post that in our mastermind. This is just for sending the invoices via email. Okay, so this is obviously very important. So I'll make a video for that in our next video. But clearing out of this is pretty much the app. I forgot to mention you have a drop down here. All right, so the minute that you log into Coinbase, you'll get all of these options here with all the wallets that you have available. So if I want to get paid with Ethereum, I just click on Ethereum, move on, and you can see here Coinbase ETH wallet. So that's where I'm going to get paid. Okay, works very simple, just as I mentioned. And then for this one, works exactly the same as I mentioned before. I would just click on this toolbar up here, enter the password. All right. Now, if you're looking for the password, I'm going to post it in our mastermind, so this way you could access it. Okay. Now, you could always change this password. This is just my password here, so I can't really share that one. But you could always click on here, and you could change that lock key, so you could always log into it. This area here is where you're going to change your fees. Okay, so you would make this $1, $2, whichever one you prefer, and then up here you would enter the wallet that you created for yourself and that client that you're currently working with. Now we're working on improving this method. Okay, so it works even easier for the guys in our community, and when we do release that update, we'll make sure to give you access to that. But it works easy. It works as we mentioned in the demo presentation. So for every transaction, every time that a customer comes to the door, they paid, you get paid a fee. Okay, but now the thing to this is that you want to make sure that you have a Coinbase wallet that you could access. Okay, Coinbase wallet where you can access the funds and the business could access the funds. You're basically going to be charging for this as a service. You're going to be charging for the setup, right? You're going to be charging the business to set up the Coinbase account. And I'm going to cover all of this in the next couple of videos, but you're going to charge for that. You're going to be managing all of this for the business. You're the crypto merchant. You're processing these transactions for them, okay? And so you get to schedule how you want to get paid. You could take out your fee for every transaction. You could schedule it every Friday. You take out your percentage, or figure out which works for you. We always say that, do what works for you essentially. But for every transaction, you can get paid. This could be your wallet, and then you could just pay the business. Okay, that's in a real world, that's probably something that wouldn't work. But realistically, what you want to do is you want to put a wallet address to a Coinbase account that was created for both of you guys. So whenever a process or a transaction is made, you get your cut out of each transaction. Okay. Now you could write non-disclosures for this, so this way, any data that is shared, like logins and things like that, is kept between you two and it's not shared. So you keep things nice and tight. This is all part of being a crypto merchant, okay? Now, as I mentioned before, you could add your fees down here. These fees vary. This could be $2, $3, whatever works for you. It really depends on the service. So if you manage to sell this to a chiropractor that's making crazy dollars on every patient, then you could bump this number up to about $25 per transaction. Okay. Now, as I mentioned before, there is a huge demand for this. So this is why I mentioned before, get creative with this. Have fun with it. Use You could use this as an angle, a unique hook to um, to close businesses. Hand this software off for free and you could be making a ton of money because they can't log into this if they wanted to. Like once you've entered, right? Like you're the only one that has access to this password, to this locked version. So once you enter your wallet address here, you're just going to be managing their account. You're going to be, they're basically going to be paying you and you're going to pay them their cut or however you manage to do it. But ideally, as I mentioned before, you want to create an account for both of you guys, but they couldn't log into this, like I said, even if they wanted to. So you have full control over the Coinbase account and over this software here. Okay. So that is both softwares uh, as you see it. Lots and lots of potential here, lots that you can do with this. This is definitely going to be an easy way for businesses to now accept cryptocurrency. So take a look at the next videos. I'm going to give you more details on how to sell this, how to close businesses, and how to price it, and even more. All right, so this is Guillermo.